You feel it, don't you? That quiet tension in your chest. That subtle voice telling you something isn't right, even when everything looks fine. You smile, you talk, you scroll, you laugh, but underneath it all, there's a strange discomfort. A feeling that maybe you're not living as yourself. And the most unsettling part? You don't even know when it started. At some point, without realizing it, you began to betray yourself. Not in some dramatic, obvious way, but in small, invisible decisions, the kind no one notices, the kind you justify, the kind that slowly reshape who you are until one day you wake up and feel like a stranger in your own life. This is the silent war inside you, and you are both the victim and the one pulling the trigger. There's a concept that the German theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer once wrote about. Not evil, not malice, but stupidity. Not stupidity as lack of intelligence, but as something far more dangerous, the surrender of independent thinking. He believed that the greatest threat to humanity wasn't evil people, but ordinary individuals who stopped questioning, who followed the crowd. How many times have you stayed quiet when you disagreed? How often have you followed a path simply because it was expected? How many choices have you made, not because they felt right, but because they felt safe? You weren't forced. You adapted. Friedrich Nietzsche once warned about the herd mentality, the human tendency to conform, to seek approval, to avoid standing out at all costs. Because standing out is dangerous. It invites judgment. It risks rejection. It forces you to face yourself without excuses. So instead, most people choose something easier. They become acceptable. They shrink their thoughts. They soften their opinions. They silence their instincts. And here's the uncomfortable truth. You betray yourself because you do know, and you're scared of what it demands from you. There have been moments where you felt something real, a desire, a dream, and what did you do? You dismissed it. You told yourself it wasn't practical. You told yourself you weren't ready. But deep down, you were afraid of what would happen if you listened. Plato once described the allegory of the cave. People chained inside, watching shadows on the wall, believing those shadows are reality. And then one person breaks free, steps outside, and sees the real world. At first, it's painful. The light blinds them. Now here's the tragic part. If that person goes back to tell the others the truth, they're rejected, mocked, even attacked. Because the truth doesn't just reveal reality, it destroys comfort. And most would rather live in a comfortable illusion. Self-betrayal isn't a dramatic collapse. It feels like compromise, the kind that sounds like I'll start later. This is good enough. But these small compromises accumulate quietly, until one day you look at your life and realize you didn't choose this, you drifted into it. Niccolo Machiavelli believed that people are often driven more by fear than by truth. Fear of losing control, fear of standing alone. We manage perceptions. We become what others expect. But stability comes at a cost, and that cost is authenticity. You are not trapped. You are choosing this. Every time you ignore your inner voice, you are choosing the easier path. But the voice inside you hasn't disappeared. It's still there. It shows up in moments of silence, in late-night thoughts. So the real question is, how long am I going to ignore it? Will you continue to live shaped by fear, or finally become who you are? It will be uncomfortable. You will doubt yourself. You will feel alone. But for the first time, you will be real. Don't ignore that tension, because that feeling, it's not weakness. It's awareness. And awareness is where everything begins. Maybe the truth you've been avoiding isn't out there. Maybe it's already inside you, waiting not to be discovered, but to be accepted.